who would like to begin this process with something fun? Okay, I will say you all win for having put your hands up the quickest. Yesterday, I said the exact same thing, and we had people going, I guess, maybe. Okay, we're going to actually have fun. I think people wonder what I mean by fun. We are going to have some fun. What I need you to do is to grab, you have two handouts. I need you to grab the handout that looks like the bingo card sheet, something to write with, and please stand up. Okay, let's talk about this. I'll say to you what I said to both groups yesterday. I am very happy to see you're not at all competitive. That's the first reason. But the second reason, and perhaps a more significant one, is that it gives you a good chance to get to know other people in the room. Now, my guess is most of you kind of know each other or know each other to some extent. But one of the things that I talk about, one of the things that I emphasize when I do this DEIA work, so to speak, is that one of the most powerful things that we can do to create better environments, one of the most powerful things we can do to engage each other more effectively, one of the most powerful things we can do to communicate across our differences more effectively is to provide people with the opportunity to interact with those they don't normally have a chance to interact with and learn from those they don't normally have a chance to learn from. Confirmation bias is the natural human tendency to see in others that which we expect to see. I'll say it again. It's the natural human tendency to see in others that which we expect to see. I'm going to say it again, but I'm going to add something. It's the natural human tendency to see in others that which we expect to see, whether it is there or not. I'll say it one more time. Confirmation bias is the natural human tendency to see in others that which we expect to see, whether it is there or not. And so we had a lot of conversations, and I remember a particular day when I was sitting in her office, and we were at her desk. She was behind her desk, and I was sitting aside of her desk, and we were having a conversation about whatever, and I happened to notice something interesting. I noticed on her desk were a bunch of papers spread out. And I should point out that these were research papers that would have to be graded subjectively. These were not, say, multiple choice tests that could be graded objectively. These were research papers that would have to be graded subjectively. What was interesting is I could not find a name on a single paper. They had student numbers, but they did not have a name on any of the papers. And so I asked Dr. Calloway, I said, why are there no names on any of these papers? And I will never forget what she said. She said, because I don't want my biases to impact how I grade these papers. Here's my definition of equity. It's proactively creating environments that maximize the likelihood of success for a diverse array of people. I'll say it again. It's proactively creating environments that maximize the likelihood of success for a diverse array of people. Every organization that has ever existed has exactly two types of people. They have insiders and they have outsiders. Insiders are the people who have access to the individuals and resources they need to be successful. They have access to the human resources. They have access to the physical resources. They have access to the time resources. They have access to the financial resources. They have access to the information resources. They have access to the resources to the people they need to be successful. Outsiders lack that access. They don't have that access. And this is what equity is. Here it is. Drum roll, please. Oh, I was only kidding, but thank you. All equity is, it's actually working to help outsiders build relationships with insiders in ways that get them access to the people and resources they need to be successful. That's all it is. That's all we're really trying to do. I want you to think about one thing that you can take from today's session that you can apply, and it's going to make you more effective at facilitating an uncomfortable conversation. And what I want you to recognize is that I said one thing. I didn't say 2 things. I didn't say 5 things. I didn't say 10 things. And I guarantee I'm going to give you more than 10 things that you can use to mitigate the negative impact of unconscious bias and to more effectively facilitate uncomfortable conversations. But I want you to lock in on one thing. It could be one tip, one tool, one technique, one piece of information, one resource, whatever it might be, that's going to be of benefit to you, that's reasonable and feasible in terms of its implementation, and that you can use to more effectively engage individuals during what can be sometimes difficult conversations. Noise is anything that interferes with the accurate transmission of a message between a sender and a receiver. So for example, if Nora and I are having a conversation, there's some things she wants to say to me and she wants to make sure I understand. And there's some things I want to say to her and I want to make sure she understands. And noise is anything that interferes with the accurate transmission of those messages. And there's 4 types of noise. There's internal noise, there's external noise, there's emotional noise, and there's cultural noise.